how to choose the right digital business the first time. Join me in this interview with Kari, who after 21 different digital businesses found the one that brought her in $100,000 in 67 days. Hope you enjoy it. Hi, everybody. I'm Sandy from Newfoundland, Canada. And today I want to introduce you to Kari from Minnesota, who is another member of our business community. She's agreed to do an interview with me on the great success that she's having in this community. Just probably answer some questions that you may have. And thank you, Kari, very much.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Okay, my number one question is, what inspired you to get into the online business?
Oh my goodness. Okay, I will try and be succinct because this can be a really long story, but it started in 2011. I was diagnosed with cancer that year. My ex had been diagnosed the year before with bipolar, and it was just literally too much for him. I came home from running errands one day and he told me, "Oh, this isn't fun anymore. I'm out of here." So literally walked away with his backpack on and left me with our three little kids and a house in foreclosure. So I had focused, a lot of my time on raising our kids, but went back to work full time after this. And yet that wasn't enough to pay for the mortgage. I got a second job. That still wasn't enough. I got a third job and that still wasn't enough. And I was like, what on earth? Like I was working so hard because, I was raised by very hardworking families and our culture says if something's not working, you do more, you work harder. And so that's what I did. I was determined to turn things around for our family. I mean, like we'll do anything for our kids. And so that's what really set me on this path. I'm like, there is something out there. I've heard of other things that, people are saying you should try this and network marketing and selling on Etsy and Amazon, FBA. And like, oh my gosh, I tried so many things. But this was the first, the digital growth community was the first thing after trying and failing 21 different things that actually worked. So I started in May of last year after watching a friend very skeptically online for over 4 months. And she was posting about her new business and how fun and how easy and 2 hours a day. And I was like, what is this? And just sounds too good to be true. I think that's my biggest thing is I'm like, nope, I've been burned. I've been scammed in the past. I felt like everyone was, overpromising and delivering. But when she told me that she had made $50,000 in 4 months, I was like, well, maybe I'll try again. So I jumped in. I told myself I would give it 1 month and we'll just see how this goes. I was so scared that this was going to be another thing that wasn't going to work for me that I didn't even tell my family I was doing it. I didn't tell my husband or my kids or my parents because I wasn't sure until I actually got in. And then obviously you see the level of coaching. You see Michelle's heart and the way she's on these coaching calls for hours and hours and the testimonials. Oh my goodness, the belief in this program, what it's doing, how it's changing lives. It's blown my mind since I jumped in.
That's wonderful. Wow. And I guess that leads into my second question is, what is different about this business compared to the other ones that you looked at? And you touched on that a little bit there.
Yeah, but I bought 4 other programs with master resale rights. So this concept was not new to me. However, again, they sound amazing until you buy them. You get in, you're like, ah, some of them had absolutely no support. There's not even one call a month. Some of them have like a welcome call and like the level of community, the level of encouragement and support and live mentoring and coaching meant so much to me. And then some, just the training wasn't good. There was, just swearing and just it was not professional. So 4 times I bought them. I got excited and then I'm like, I was so frustrated because I'm like, well, there's no way I can put my name on this. I cannot talk about this with integrity and, tell people, hey, you should do this because it just wasn't good. And so this is very, very different in following the blueprint, doing what you're told. She lays it out so step by step that, I had to Google what is digital marketing. I didn't even know what that was. So as someone who's like, I don't know what I'm getting into, just to follow something that if you know that you are coachable, if you stay committed, if you work on your mindset and keep at it, I do know that literally for everyone, it's going to happen. Like the timeline is something I can never guarantee. That's, usually what I say. Like, I mean, for some people, they make money the first time they post. For others, it takes a while, but you're learning the skills. And that's what maybe sometimes people forget is we're learning. These are high income skills. You're learning how to market, how to do a great hook, how to capture that attention, how to do a call to action. So even if it doesn't work the very first time, like keep at it, stay consistent, persevere, and I know it's going to work for every person that puts in the time and energy.
Yeah, and I mean it's the volume of our community right now, 48,000 in 2 years. It certainly proves, we've gotten something like I think 11 or 12 millionaires already within the community.
Yeah, it's mind
Amazing.
blowing. And that's just what I kept saying. Like I kept building my belief by watching the wins, which are overwhelming. Listening to the webinars every week. I loved hearing the stories. And I just kept saying, okay, if they can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, I can. And just knowing it's gonna happen.
Yeah, and I guess my third question kind of leads into that. Is like if somebody came to you that was, that has never worked online before, hasn't had any experience, what would you say to them?
Oh, I would say I'm so glad that you are asking me about this now because, again, since 2012 is when I started looking for ways to bring in additional income. I did not make money until 2024 with this program. So that is a very long time. We're given basically a business in a box. I have never seen anything that is so plug and play that it's literally a coaching program that's done for you. The fulfillment is still completed by the founder who's a multimillionaire. Like, can you imagine being coached by a multimillionaire every week? Like the level of access that we have to her, the level of support. Like, sometimes I feel like it's an affiliate program like we're just talking about it, we're like presenting the opportunity, but like she still does everything. I don't have to do much once people get in because it is so supportive. And so it's the easiest thing I have ever done. And again, I've done a lot of things. So I know what goes into a coaching program. For the last 4 years, I have been a coach and done okay. But my goodness, the time that it takes to do the research. Is the offer good? Is the niche good? Is like there's so much that goes into that. Like I've had people, I am not techie at all. So it took me about 2.5 hours over 4 days to get my website up and running. But literally, I've had people that have started, they are up and going and selling within 24 hours. So, like, the
Yeah.
time that it saves us to have this, like, the website and the sales pages, all those things take so much time and we're given them. So it's a huge blessing. Like you don't have to worry or wonder, is this going to work? No, it's already been proven time and time and time again. So it's literally like, do I want to do it? Sure. I can have a fully functioning automated business up and running in like less than a week. Absolutely, for sure. So that is such a huge differentiator and something that, is sustainable long term in just a couple hours a day. Like I didn't want another full-time job. I think most of us get into this because of the freedom that it gives us with time, freedom with finances. But yeah, you literally can do this with, a couple hours a day.
Yeah, and the supports and it's amazing. They have I think it's an 8-member technical team, to our disposal. And like
Yeah.
you can almost any time of day send a message to somebody there and or even within our community that and then other members that will help answer your questions for you. So that's huge.
It is. Yep.
And so, and what about any challenges that you might have found yourself in this business? Any in particular? Maybe we can just zoom right over that one. Like, 'cause there's so much to offer. There's not a whole lot of challenges, but
I
anything
think
in particular yourself?
it's just starting something new. We have
Hmm.
got to get out of our own way. Like we are
Sure.
the ones. For me, I was the one holding myself back. All those things. What are people going to think? Who's going to judge me? What's that girlfriend from high school? Is she going to be rolling her eyes thinking, what the heck is Kari doing now? Like, I'm so glad. I mean, those things did cross my mind. However, when you keep your eye on the prize, like when you know why you're doing this, for you and your son, my kids were my why as well. And I'm like, okay, yes, this girl's probably going to be rolling her eyes when I post, but like this is more important. Me walking in the true time freedom, the financial freedom that this has brought me. Oh my gosh, the pros far outweigh the cons. Like, and so I just had to get over myself, get over, who knows? Maybe there wouldn't have been a single person, wondering what the heck I was doing now. But like, just keep your eyes focused on the why, know why you're doing this every single day, and the rest of it just kind of falls away. It's literally not even important. So, plus you're just building the confidence and the courage in, posting, in learning the skills. Like, you don't have to be perfect overnight. So, I was also a little worried, like, oh, what if I post something and I don't get any likes or, no one comments? Well, that's a pretty normal thing as you're learning a skill. And so it's practice. It's building that muscle. Michelle talks a
Mhm.
lot about you can't go into the gym the first day and expect to have six-pack abs. The same with marketing. That's why these are high income skills. They're learned skills. You have to practice. You have to put stuff out there. Everything is testing. How did people respond? And that's maybe something that was really prominent for me is I'm a very sensitive person. If I posted something and I didn't get like an amazing reaction, I'm like, everyone hates me. They think I suck. When it's just like, no, it's
Yeah.
I've learned to treat my business now as like a science experiment. Okay, you put this in, I tried this, this was the outcome. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was really what I wanted. So let me try a different way. And as much as I could remove me and my own very sensitive personality from it, the better I got, the more courage I got, the more confidence I got just to keep going. So, yeah.
It's amazing. That's wonderful. My last question, Kari, is how has it changed your life?
Oh my gosh. This is the best part. So, I could have never predicted something could have changed my life and so quickly. So my very first post was on May 6th of last summer. Um, and again, like I said, I was so skeptical this wasn't going to work. I didn't tell my family. But it was really fun because then 30 days in, I was able to reveal I have a video with each of them individually, like kind of saying, I've been keeping a secret. I started this thing and I've made over $50,000. And the look on their faces was priceless. It was so much fun and literally one of the best days of my life because like if you've tried things in the past, I'm like, guys, I found something. This is gonna be amazing. And you kind of hype everyone up because you're excited. And then like a month or two later, they're like, Mom, how's that thing going? And I'm like, well, not so good, So for whatever reason. But this was completely different. And so it was in 67 days then that I hit 100,000. Now, I'm licensed as an occupational therapist working full time, going to college for years and years and years, I've never made more than $63,000 in my life. So for me to make that kind of money in 67 days, it's barely sinking in. It still feels very surreal for me to say those words. Like I'm just like that stuff doesn't happen to like normal moms like me. So, but when we have this amazing offer, I just feel like it's so easy to share it, to be excited about it, to be excited about the hope and the change and the opportunity that it has brought. So in November, I quit my job. I'm doing this. I mean, I say full time, but it's not full time. So, but like I was able to buy our family a boat. Like you, my kids are getting older, and I'm like, what can I do? I just want everyone to be home for us to be together. How can I contain them? And like my husband and I were like, I think a boat would do it. So we bought a boat and like, the money that that provides with the memories, the bonds that that makes, like that's going to last a lifetime. And then, just taking them on vacation is so much fun. That's not something that I've really had the luxury to do. So, but then, just things that God has put on my heart. I just get, I don't have to first check my bank account anymore. It's like, do I feel called to do this? Yes, I want to help. And I do it. And that is the life and the fulfillment that I feel like I've been searching for my whole entire life. So it's been so much fun. The people that I've met, the opportunities that we have. Yeah, the easiest and the most fun in business I have ever had.
That's wonderful. Wonderful story, Kari. And obviously this business, it can work for you too. So we both encourage anybody listening to us today, take advantage of this, make a change for your family that will change your future forever. God has laid this in your path for a reason. God bless. And thank you again, Kari. I appreciate this so much for doing this today. And keep in touch. And it's so nice to have met somebody across the world through this business. And I'm sure we'll talk again.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.